All right. How is everybody tonight? Happy Thursday. I'm going to share some things. Several of you that are on tonight, and we'll have more people filter in as we go. We usually get about 25 or 30 by the time we're done. And I know there's a lot of you that are together. And so hold on one second. I just had a bunch of texts from somebody who wanted the link. Hold on.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Ron, what's up?
Good and blessed. How are you?
Highly favored, brother. Highly favored. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I like your glasses.
Thank you.
I see George is here. Okay. All right. Let me share this screen. Rom. Hell. How you doing, brother? Okay. Let me get this. You guys, if your camera goes off, I've got it set to do that. So, I figured it out the other day, but let me share my screen with you guys. I was blessed to get this this slide presentation from Callie. Michael, can you see that okay? Can you guys see it okay? Chris, can you see that okay? The power of you, my brother. Chris, can you see that?
What's that?
Yes,
I see it, man.
Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go over some of the incentives so you guys know. So if you've got a pencil and a piece of paper, I'm recording this, but you guys are going to want to take, guys, these things are doable. Lisa and I have been talking about it, and then Lisa's going to come on and share the next to last law from John Maxwell. And then she's going to talk about, hey, Jan, she's going to talk about how you can sign up for this John Maxwell course. If you haven't read the book and you haven't signed up, you're going to want to sign up. Now, I can tell you that they're going to redo the course. I was on the plane with Dr. Huey. He's like, this is one of the best books I've ever read. I can just tell you that we're going to do these last two courses. Lisa's going to do this one. I'm going to do the one next week. And then you guys will be learning these all together, and it's going to be directed towards LifeVantage by John Maxwell, the greatest leadership development teacher in the world, guys. He's never partnered. He's spoke at network marketing events, but he's never partnered with the company. We are so blessed. But let me go over some of these things. Guys, this is flipping awesome. I don't know if you can see this. Hey, Kim, you guys all, thanks for joining. Hey, brother, how you doing? Bianca, how are you, my friend? Peace, she says to me. Awesome. If your guys' camera goes off, it's just because I have it set to do that after a while. So these are the new pins that we're going to be getting. So for those of you that have rank advanced, we had a lot of rank advancements. We've already, I'm blown away by what's happening. I was just, Roy and Juanita were just on, and we're just talking about pressing through, pressing through until we get, I've been talking, if you haven't read the book, The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, you'll see that every business goes through ups and downs. It's when you get to that tipping point, and you guys know we're setting a new trend in the fitness industry and in the wellness and medicine industry, setting a whole new industry. So a lot of you saw this. There's some recognition stuff at Pro 6 now, which I believe either this month or next month, I'm going to have 2 new Pro 6s in my organization, which they'll get luggage to travel with, because you're going to start traveling and people want to know what your luggage is. I think it's awesome. I wish I would have gotten some luggage. And in Pro 7, y'all get a Jeep. I'm getting my little, I just called today to find out about this new place in Tampa that does the logos. Hold on one second, you guys.
I got it.
Sorry about that, you guys. The tea was going off in there. So you obviously guys all know about this at Pro 8. You get to have corporate come to your town, and you get to do a celebration, which is awesome. Pro 9s, you get a watch. Guys, this watch is unbelievable. I saw pictures of it the other day. Here's just a brief picture of it. And obviously Pro 10, you get the $500 bonus. You get for the Master and Presidential and executive. Guys, this is some serious stuff. So here's what I really want to touch on. Guys, these trips are absolutely doable. I'm telling you that if you're doing what we're going to talk about at the end with launch calls and you're working your business daily, Dr. Jason is on, and we were talking about this today. Guys, this is doable. If you treat this like a business, I plan on going from April 30th to May 6th, and bringing some people with me. This is a year-long incentive trip, guys. It's doable. And so it's in the Bahamas, and here's how you qualify. There's a lot of things you can do to qualify. So pay close attention, okay? You qualify 8 of 10 months at your achieved rank or rank advanced to be a paid rank advancement 2 or more times, okay? The April 17th through January the 18th, qualifying for the elite retreat. This is for the elites, but let me just show you what this other stuff is and how you can do this. Guys, hey guys, if you just come on, if you can mute your phone for me, that would be great. Mute your line for me, that'd be great. So let me get to the rest of the qualifying trip. Okay, here we go. All right, somebody just asked me a question. I don't think so, Ivy, but I'll find out for you. Accumulate 3,000 points. Now look at this. If you've enrolled on a platinum pack, you only need 2,700 points. Now, when I did these numbers today, it blew my mind how easy this trip is. And guys, if you've never been here, 4 days at Atlantis is crazy. Brandon Cunningham and I were talking about it. When they reached Pro 10, okay, when they reached Pro 10, they told their kids they could go anywhere they wanted, and this is where they wanted to go, okay? Rank advancements, and let me go over some of these things right now so that you guys can see these. Now look, I don't know what's happened here. Okay, so if you enroll a silver pack, a gold pack, or a platinum pack, you get 50, 100, or 200 points. So figure this. If between April the 17th, which was just a couple weeks ago, okay, and January 1st, you enroll 10 platinum packs, you're already on your way. Now, look, there was a bundle that you could buy, and there's going to be more of those coming up, packet products we buy. We buy our products for our family. If you're not doing that and you can do it, do it. Right here's a prime example. Here's a bundle that we bought that came in a package today for our family. Lisa and I are going to make sure our family's healthy. Packs may not be purchased by a sponsor. Read that at the bottom. If a pack is returned, the points will be reversed. So 200 points there. Look at this. If you personally rank advance from Pro 1, Pro 2, you can see the points you get. If you get to Pro 6, Pro 4, Pro 5, you can see you get paid as the next rank you get. I mean, you can go up some serious points. And guys, there's a lot of time left. And look at this. If your personal enrollments advance, it ranked to Pro 1. So on top of enrolling people getting 200 points, you get 10 points when they get to Pro 1, which is, if they punch the platinum pack, that's a Pro 1. You get them to Pro 2, that's 20 points. Okay? Say you enroll 10 people, which we were kind of saying is a doable thing. My wife and I were talking about. You enroll 10 people between now and the end of the year. Okay? You get that 2,000 points. You get them to Pro 1, that's another 100 points. That's 2,100 points. You get them to Pro 2, that's another 200 points. That's 2,400 points. You're 400 points away. Plus, you will have already have rank advanced. So you'll get some more points. So baseline paid on the rank that you were based on March the 17th. So if you rank advanced after March the 17th, you're good, okay? And then this, volume growth points. Okay, if you grow a leg outside of your largest leg, which Lisa and I talked about, we plan on doing. We plan on producing at least a $10,000 to $20,000 leg outside. If you do that, you get extra bonus points, and they're calculated on monthly commissions. Guys, this is awesome. This trip is doable. What's included? Hotel for 2 per distributorship. Okay. So I just saw Chris pop on. If he qualifies for the trip, him and his wife get to go. 600 airfare credit, 1,200 per distributorship. Guys, that's awesome. Okay. All exclusive paid when you get there. Okay. If you make Pro 7, you get everything paid for. So here's the basis around this 60 and 30. And I wanted to share this with you guys real quick before I bring Lisa on. It is the 60 exposures in 30 days. Okay. I can tell you that 15 to 20 customers out of that is absolutely doable. But you have to get people on launch calls. That's why we're doing these. You know, I had somebody say, well, what about the people who made it to the top that haven't done it? I can tell you this. Had we had launch calls day one, and Lisa's in the other room, and she can comment on this when she comes in, I believe we'd be a 500 or a $600 million company. I mean, I saw Gary Stearns today enrolled his 4th distributor this month already on a platinum pack, and he's been in for 6 years. So, guys, the only way you're not enrolling people if you're not exposed.
Doing their own launch calls.
Exactly, and we're doing them too. You know, I did one earlier today for a couple people that weren't even in my group. So if you haven't scheduled one, get it scheduled. Michael Hinkie, I'm just calling you out, my brother. But Michael and I have a good enough relationship that I can call him out and he won't be offended. So 15 to 20 become 20 PC. You know, become PCs, 2 to 3 become distributors. Guys, if you do that action, and Chris is on, he can tell you, if you do that amount of action, if you expose it to 60 people in 30 days, you're going to get that type of action. And then they showed this at convention. Imagine this, if you got 15, if everybody in the room had done that, we would have had 75K in new PCs. And if they did 2 distributors, we'd have 10K. Imagine what happens to that with the growth of the company. Like Brandon said, it goes from a $300 million company to a $500 million company. Okay? So, guys, look at this. Okay? If you enroll 10 distributors or 10 PCs in that first 30 days, okay, you get a T-shirt that says 60 and 30. Okay? I forget, honey, do you remember the ones for the Fitbit? It's 5, I think it's 10. Oh yeah.
20 and then 5.
Okay.
First 20 and then 5.
The first 20 to do it get a Fitbit. And then the top 5 leaders who enroll 20 distributors or PCs get the Apple Watch. What up, Ben? Just saw your head pop on there. How you doing, brother? So everybody looks so much bigger when they come on this thing. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Didn't it look weird, Ben? It does, doesn't it? It looks like your head, like when Jason came on, his head was like, looked like his head was like this big. Like I was like, dang, Jason looked like you had a lot to eat today, but I was only kidding. But Ben is now in Dallas, Texas, which is exciting. Guys, how many of you ever saw this, okay? The millions of dollars that the company gave away to people who made Pro 3 and Pro 5, and they're extending it, guys, okay? So think about this, okay? They're extending it. Rank advance to Pro 3 and Pro 5 before the end of the year and maintain it for 2 months. You get a 500. Guys, let me just tell you this. As I said, I'm going to use Chris because Chris just made Pro 3 and is going to get that $500 check. He told me he's getting the $500 and the $1,000 check. How many of you want to get the $500 and the $1,000 check? What can $1,500 do for you towards a trip, towards your incentive trip, some things extra things you can do. So, and then just this platinum pack experience. Guys, look at this. If you've enrolled in a platinum pack, these are the extra things you get. Early entrance at general sessions, VIP registration, walk the stage for recognition, drink ticket at the welcome party, 10% off of items, including Real Salt Lake items, and a ribbon on your convention banner. Okay, guys, this is awesome. This is the stuff that the company is really stepping it up. Okay, and then it just says who's in. And then we talked a little bit about Pet Tandem. A lot of you may not know this or not, but I would change your auto ship. What's today's date? So if you haven't changed your auto ship before tomorrow, whatever you do, put these 3 products on your order. No matter what, okay? No matter what, you should be taking these 3 products, and you get free shipping. Okay, it's a little cheaper also, and you get free shipping, and you get free shipping on anything else you order. Okay, I can tell you that free shipping on this big, huge box was awesome. Okay, so set it up on the 5th and go back to your distributors that are in your group and have them set it up, because once they set this up, they get free shipping. And then just look at this. I mean, guys, right here is your 200 PV. Okay, it's 240. They made the True Science so it lasts every month. I can tell you my skin has never looked better. So just do this. So last thing I'm going to share, and then I'm going to bring my wife on, is, let me just make sure I've got this right here. I want to share one more thing with you guys so that you can see this. Is let me just see, guys. I got one more thing I want to share with you guys, but I got to get it to that. So just bear with me for 1 second. All right. So, okay. All right. Here it is. All right. I have it. So let's look at this. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys about this loyalty rewards program. Now, guys, just think about this. Okay. We're going to be rewarding customers and distributors. A lot of us purchase a lot of product. When you participate in this loyalty program, they still have the PC referral bonuses where you can get up to 100. Guys, some of your distributors may not, some of your customers may not want to be distributors, but I mean, let's think about it. You get double points. Just look at this. This is on lifevantage.com/loyalty-rewards. Guys, this is a business. You have to treat it like a business. I'm guilty. I've done it. I'm not ever doing it again. I'm not ever not staying up on top of my customers. Lisa sat down last night and made out a huge email to all of our customers and distributors so that we could educate them on what you guys are learning about tonight. Take this video and send it to your distributors. Send it to your customers. Let them see exactly what we've got from this standpoint. And then look, you guys can see it. It just double your points, active loyalty. Customers are going to get free shipping. They're going to get extra product. They're going to, and this goes on and on and on. I was thinking about, you know, distributors getting 20 points. I mean, I spend way more than $200 a month on product. Okay. I wouldn't even, I tell you, I spend more than that on Axio. So what I'm going to do now is if I can get her in here, I'm going to bring in my lovely and wonderful wife, because, are you ready, babe? Okay. So let me pull up this John Maxwell thing. Guys, if you have not registered for the John Maxwell event, Morgan told me today where you could go to register. Let me just read this to you guys. Guys, we have the best account man. Okay, go to upcoming events and you can register for the class and for any of the other events. But upcoming events will help you with the registering for that. So without further ado, you guys can see my lovely and beautiful wife right here. Lisa, she's going to discuss with you guys the law of expansion. And guys, I'm just going to say this before she starts. You guys can see her notes from this thing. Guys, if you don't invest in yourself from a personal development standpoint, you're going to miss out on the magnitude of us partnering with John Maxwell. So I'm going to let my wife take it over. Go ahead.
Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully great. Anyway, the law of expansion. It's we've got one more law after this. And the law of expansion states growth always increases your capacity. When you think about it, everybody first wants to think, you know, I want to expand my business, I want to expand my paycheck. But actually, the law of expansion is about expanding yourself. It's about personal growth. Expand your mind, expand your life, grow yourself, then grow your paychecks. So we're going to focus here on the personal development that we all go through, we all need to go through, not just with LifeVantage, but that's kind of what triggered for some of us the journey on personal growth, okay? So like I was saying, growth increases your capacity. John Maxwell said that he had learned that by focusing on something for 1 hour a day for 5 years, that at the end of that 5-year time frame, he will be an expert in that subject. So he focused on the subject of leadership. He spent 1 hour a day, 365 days a year, studying on something related to leadership. Well, I guess that paid off now, didn't it?
Thanks.
He's like the world's greatest leader development, educator around. So he kind of gives the analogy of, kids in the car saying, how long, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah.
And John, in the beginning of that 5-year journey, kept thinking to himself, how long is this going to take? How long is this going to take? It's going to take 5 years. Well, how long is this going to take? How long is this going to take? How long is this going to take?
When's 5 years going to come?
It's going to take 5 years. Until he was able to kind of shift his mindset. Everything changed when he stopped asking, how long will it take? And started asking, how far can I go? Think about that. How far can I go? That's when everything started changing. He says that, obviously nobody has ever arrived yet. And even him at the age of 69, he has not yet arrived. He's still learning. He's still growing. He's still expanding his knowledge, expanding his mind, expanding himself personally. He says that and I'm going to quote him on this one, that there is no such thing as an expert, actually. That if there's no growing, all you have is stupid people.
Yeah, he did say that. I said, did he say that? I thought he said stupid people.
Non-growing people are stupid people.
I agree.
And that there is no real finish line. You're never really over in the journey. Okay? And that's when he kind of made the comment that he has more fun at 69 than he did at 59. He's still growing so much. And he says, you're going to get to the point one day, he just can't wait till you're going to be like suddenly completely changed. He's like, you're going to need to introduce yourself to yourself. He's like, hi, John Maxwell. I'm John Maxwell. Nice to meet you, John Maxwell. I'm John Maxwell, too. This is great. How long have you been here? And he's having this little dialogue
between himself
because he's changed and he's grown and he's expanded so much that he himself didn't even recognize himself. And that's where we want to get to. We want to be able to keep growing and keep expanding our knowledge that the people around us are going to be like, oh my gosh, when did you change? It's like, I don't recognize you. We've got to start stop asking the questions or stop thinking, can I? It's all full of doubt. Can I do this? Can I spend an hour a day on developing myself? Can I, go take that next class? Change it by adding one little word to how can I? And then that's what really kind of changes that whole mind shift also. You stop saying, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's like the little engine that could. Start saying, how can I do this? How can I do this? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. For those of you who have kids. We need to change the way we think, and we have to change in what we do. Stop thinking more work. Start thinking what works.
Oh, that's good. Say that again, babe.
You have to stop thinking
Number one here on
more
the chart.
work and start thinking about what works. And he talked about the priority principle.
The system works. It works.
The priority principle, 20% yields 80%. Get your priorities right. You know, set your top 10 list of priorities, and you always focus on number 1 and number 2. You know, those really need to be your true top 2. And that a few of the examples he used was, 20% of the roads have 80% of the traffic jams. 20% of people do 80% of the work.
Duh.
20% of drinkers drink 80% of the alcohol. 20% of your clothes, and this one actually kind of hit home for me. 20% of your clothes
You actually
you
wear.
wear 80% of the time.
So true.
And I was like, oh, I think I need to go clean out my closet on that one.
Oops.
You know?
Guilty.
So the other part was kind of funny too. 20% of people take up 80% of your time. So
Oh, Lord.
along that, it's like, the activity is not necessarily mean accomplishment. Think about working smarter, not harder. We hear that in the business world all the time. You got to work smarter, not work harder. And that's where the whole prioritization comes into play. Okay? You need to learn on the other side of the yes. And that goes, I kind of jumped ahead of myself there a little bit earlier about stop thinking, can I, and start thinking, how can I? Living on the other side of yes. You say yes, and then you figure out how to do it. That's with the how can I do this type of a thing, okay? He was talking about being in McDonald's. His wife, I guess, wanted a Diet Coke. They didn't have any Diet Coke. He's like, okay,
That's
well, then
funny.
just give me a cup of ice. And the girl's sitting there like scratching her head, staring at the cash register going, I don't think I can do that. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know how to do that. How can I do that? And he just looked at her and says, of course you can do it. And then she's like, oh, okay. She goes and gets a cup of ice. And that was the vesting into somebody else, sharing your belief in them, for them, believing in someone else when they don't even believe in themselves.
Man.
All it took was a little, word of encouragement by him saying, yes, you can do it. That she changed her mindset. She expanded her mindset to do that. People are waiting for somebody else to give them permission. Okay. Number 3, stop thinking one way and start thinking in many ways. There are many doors, many routes to get you to the same thing, just like the GPS and recalculating when you make that wrong turn. Not only one way is always a better way, he said. Live a life of I'm jumping ahead again. The many ways. He said before the time of GPS, when he first moved to
Yeah, what
Atlanta,
do we do before GPSs?
he'd drive the roads and he'd find out how many different pathways there were to get him from point A to
Lord.
point B. If there's a traffic jam, if there's an accident, whatever. He says he hates sitting in traffic. He'd rather put the car in reverse and go backwards than not move at all.
Me too.
I don't recommend that. You back up into a BMW.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did that before. I did that. I did do that. Thank you. I remembered that when he was talking about it. I actually thought about that.
Yes. So anyways, stop doing important things some days. Start doing important things every day. Okay? Stop doing everything yourself. Start doing things with others. And the example was when he was coming in to take, lead pastor, who's being interviewed as pastor of a new church again, okay? He was talking about what is the thing that only I as the pastor can do? And they
Preach.
waited for that answer.
Preach,
It's turned into a 2-hour discussion, he said. He says, because too many people think that they're the only ones who can do it all. And even part of the example too was about training people up in the business, and the owner of the company, he's like, well, I don't want to keep training everybody because I train them up and then they leave.
No.
He said, well, think about the alternative. You don't train them and they stay. What good are they then? And back to the church analogy, you want to raise people up. You want to be able to send them out, equip them, expand our mindset, expand our
Expand your
broad,
lip to
our,
leadership.
you know, our thoughts. Don't be selfish. Don't be prideful. Because just when you think that you're the only one who can do the job, trust me, somebody will come alongside and do a better job. Probably cheaper with better quality. Live a life of exceeding expectations. Says only 5% of people ever exceed expectations. 10% of the population meet expectations. 85% of people don't even meet those expectations. Set the bar up. Set the bar high. We heard this before too with Eric Worre when he talked about the bar is way up here and everybody's like, you'll never ever reach it. He goes, well, I'd rather get to 80% of that goal than to have this goal way down here and actually meet this goal. I do much better, have much greater success with a greater expectation. So he strives to always exceed expectations. Okay? Let's see. Exceeding expectations. His story on that was his dad during the Depression when nobody could find work. His dad just said, you know what, I'll work for free. He'd go to different companies, different stores, whatever, and he literally worked for free and told them that if a position came available, he's here for them. He exceeded their expectations. He did such a good job that when a position came available during the Depression, not only did his father find a job, his father found 3 jobs by exceeding expectations. So the bottom line is priorities with consistency increases your return on investment.
Say that again, honey.
Priorities,
Here.
setting the priorities with consistent behavior will increase your return on investment. And the key words were to increase your capacity. There is no real finish line. How we think we need to shift, what we do, not work more, but work with what works. Change from can I to how can I thinking. Look for many ways and always exceed what's expected. Everything by yourself is not good. That's why we have a team. It's not about us. It's about our team. And as we focus more on you, help you guys expand your growth, your businesses, we'll get a reward. But if we focus on our own rewards, it doesn't work too well.
Awesome. Thank you, honey. That's awesome. Guys, you see, I'm blessed. Good job, honey.
Mwah.
So, guys, I married up, obviously. Before I'm going to unmute. If anybody wants to make a comment, just unmute yourself. We're going to just take a couple more minutes. Does anybody want to make a comment? Janice, I see you're on. Do you want to make a comment?
I think Lisa did an awesome job. Very thorough and right to the point. No other comments needed. Great job, Lisa.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Janice.
Agreed. Agreed.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Guys, I'll tell you one thing that Janice turned me on to that I didn't even know that we're going back and doing now. There's all these separate videos on this John Maxwell thing, and you're going to get them on this course that you can buy when you go to, guys, it's normally a lot of money. It's about $500 or $600, but LifeVantage is gifting $500 or John is gifting $500 to us. And so it's guys, it's worth every bit of it for your personal development. Think about it. John said it, 1 hour a day, 365 days, you can do it. You guys can do this. These extra videos today, I was listening to the extra videos, and I'll close with this. Guys, the extra videos were unbelievable. I was listening to a lady who was living out of her car, who made this happen. She had been in corporate America. Her husband had lost his job. She remembers when her son kept saying, "Are we there yet, Mommy? Are you there yet? Are you at the top of the company?" Month after month after month. Hey, Renee. a month after month after month, he kept saying, "Mommy, are you there yet?" And she said she couldn't wait till the day when she was able to say, "Yeah, honey, we're there yet." And he said, "Can we live in a real house now?" So, guys, we're blessed to be a part of such an amazing journey. I know that the power of our prayers has weeded people out. Weeded people out and bringing brand new people in that are amazing, amazing people. I did some launch calls today that were just amazing. The response is back. So if you're not doing launch calls, a lot of you on here, I know are on here, are not doing them. I've went deep in my organization and made some contacts with some people that have scheduled them. People on here that haven't scheduled them. It's launched 60, guys. It's 60 in 30 days. And if you haven't do it, you can expand it out. You saw it. We've got till the end of the year to do this thing. Let's get some massive rank advancements. Let's get some massive personal growth. Lisa and I are more focused. Lisa took a couple days off till next Wednesday for us to do some massive action. We're going to do it, So thank you guys for being on tonight. I'm going to stop the recording and I will see you guys next week. And we will be talking about the law of contribution. God bless you all. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Thanks for being on the call tonight.
Good night.